Improvement will only happen when therapy is consistently followed, not just at a therapy center, but at home, when you follow it up. And again, it's not just that 1 hour of therapy where you provide exercises, it's creating and making every moment into a therapy moment. Hi, I'm Reena Singh. I'm an occupational therapist. I've always been thinking on how to help families who come to me in the best possible way. And I thought I was doing it very well with my online courses, which of course parents are getting benefited. I thought I was doing it with my book, which parents are reading, and I'm getting good, real good feedback. And I'm very happy and thankful for those who send me the feedback. And then I started doing group mentoring, and I was like, wow, this is going very well. But you know what? Everything finally comes to an end. The online courses, okay, we'll get over. The book, you finish reading. The group mentoring, you finish 12 session, it's done. And then I was like, still parents want me to, like give more. So when I did the group mentoring, I went to gold group mentoring, and parents were like, I want more. I was like, okay. Then I did platinum group mentoring, and parents are like, I want more. And I was like, what is it that actually parents want from me? And what I really understood is what parents need is that consistent meeting where they can follow up. you know it's like having an accountability person. Like, so one parent, she mentioned that whenever they have to meet me, they prepare videos, they're working hard so that they can convey that these 20 days they worked and this is what has changed. And there were other set of parents who did the classes with me. They did those 8 classes, they did those 12 classes, they were in momentum for like 2-3 months. And then a festival came up, or the child was not well, or I mean, there's so many things that come up in our daily life which just derail us. And to come back on track takes a long time. But when you are with a mentor, or when you are with an accountability partner, or when you have to meet somebody who would check, how is it going, where are you stuck, what has changed, we need that kind of a partner, is what I've realized. So what am I trying to share through this video is that, yes, I learned parents need my guidance. Yes, parents need those ideas. But yes, parents also need an accountability partner so that they can be with like minded individuals, or they can be with each other. Like in college, I used to study, and I used to study with a friend. But if I had to study alone, it was very difficult. Sometimes, if your child is not improving, you're working hard and your child is not improving, you need some partner, your friend, maybe another parent who has a child of the same diagnosis, who tells you it's okay, this had happened with me also. So when you are in the low stage, your friend picks you up. And when that friend is at a low stage, you pick up that friend. So what I'm trying to convey, what helps most is, yeah, a therapist, of course, who you would go to, but try and find a parent who is also on the same path as you, who's also on the same journey as you. And like how we have play dates, we fix up a play date that we'll meet up on a weekly basis or whatever. That way, if you can have, of course, a play date also would be good. If you meet your friend who has a child of the similar diagnosis and age, and then you meet up, the children get to meet together, play together, spend time, share space, share that time, learn to tolerate, and that being present in that same space, that definitely gets better. And when these parents meet outdoors, maybe at a mall, maybe in a movie, wherever, what helps you most is to keep going. Because when you're working with a child who has a diagnosis of autism, it's a marathon. It's a long thing. It's not like you work for 6 months and it's done, you work for 1 year and it's done. Sometimes it takes longer. And when you are with somebody who can support you and you can support the other person, it is very helpful. What am I trying to suggest is, you must be going to various therapy centers. You must be in various groups. There are so many groups these days. Try and find one partner in your area, in your local area. And when I mean by a partner, a friend, who has a child. If your child is like between 4 and 5 years, this child is also between that same age. And you meet them up on a weekly basis. And if not weekly, meet up once in 15 days. But discuss. Oh, this is where my child was, and this is what I did went well. This is where your child was. What went well for you? How do you want me to support you? And this one says, how do you want me to support you? Oh, this is how, and that's how, if you move along, it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. In most of the parents that I have worked with, I've seen when they've had a partner, when they've had some friend, some group, where they meet up, when that meeting happens on a regular basis, the gains in kids are very strong. I worked with one parent, and not one, and this is one that I'm sharing, but I worked with this one parent who was so systematic. She was so organized. She really worked every week with her daughter. I mean, her daughter was really improving. And then, our course with which we were enrolled got over. And that's it. 2 months she worked, and then the whole momentum was lost. So, what I'm trying to, and this mother has the best intention to help her child. She really wants to do it. But sometimes we need somebody to tell us, hey, what are you doing with your child? Where has your child reached? So, what I'm trying to tell you is consciously, very mindfully setting up, this is going to be my accountability partner. And I'm going to meet this person on this date every month, and we're going to check out what has changed, what has not changed. That is what I would suggest if you can do with your self, so that you can be in momentum, you know out of 30 days, even if you work 20 days in a month, but if you're regular, that helps. Because in most of the cases, I mean, that's what I've seen, even if kids have autism, they may be severe, they may not be severe. Yeah, that is an important factor, but consistently following it is the it's where every parent is getting stuck. Like, in my groups, when I'm working with them, it's like, oh, it was Diwali, so we didn't do, but then they get back on track. Oh, it was Raksha Bandhan. Oh, it was like there's some or the other thing that, oh, I was shifting. Oh, my child was unwell. But despite these things, you move through them, you come back on track. You move through them, you come back on track. This is what you can do very well when you have an accountability partner. Yeah. So this is something that I would very strongly suggest. I'm planning to do something called as a Friday finish line, where I plan to meet parents in a group. We'll meet up. You can join, you can register, and we'll decide on a weekly basis, what have you accomplished in this week? What do you want to accomplish for next week? Just a 30-minute time. But when we reserve that time to reflect what went well in the last week. What do I want should go better in the next week? What are my goals for my child? Did I do well in the last week, or was I not doing? Was I lost in, I was overwhelmed. Some of the times, most of the times, we get overwhelmed. So, was I overwhelmed, or was I focused? Was I doing what my child required me to do? These are the things that I plan to discuss in my Friday finish lines. The link is up here. You can register on the website www.khushi.net.in. In for India. If you are joining this, you're more than welcome. If you're not joining this, try and find an accountability partner. Meet that person. It could start with maybe once a month. Start with, if possible, best would be every week. Maybe meet every 15 days, but keep that momentum going for 1, 2, 3 years. This is the best way to, push yourself. We need that pushing. All of us need that pushing. Like today, right now, when I'm making this video, I was like, oh, like right now I have a back pain. And I'm like, no, Reena, I don't want to make this video. I think I just want to go and sleep. And I'm like, no, Reena, you have to do it, because this is what I love doing. I have to do it. So that pushing, whether it comes from inside or whether it comes from an accountability partner, that discipline muscle needs to be really worked upon. If the consistency is not in place, no matter how much therapy sessions you attend, no matter how many approaches you have in mind, the improvement will only happen when therapy is consistently followed, not just at a therapy center, but at home, when you follow it up. And again, it's not just that 1 hour of therapy where you provide exercises, it's creating and making every moment into a therapy moment. I mean, if I'm working on self help skills, Taking a bath, okay, working on that is a moment where I'm working on therapy. I'm providing it into, I'm using that moment to make it into a therapeutic moment. Eating independently, okay, great, I'm working on that. That's a self-help skill. Or my child is going down and playing, or he's looking at other kids. That's a therapy moment. So what I'm saying is, there are some things that can't be outsourced. We can learn from others. Yeah, a therapist can guide you what needs to be done, but it has to be worked upon at home by you. Okay. So one thing that I wanted to tell you was about the Friday finish line. Second thing was about getting an accountability partner for yourself. Third thing, a lot of parents, most of you who've been watching my videos for long know that a visual schedule is very crucial. Very crucial. You know that very well. What I plan to do is, if you are using a visual schedule for your child, could be a picture, could be a text, whatever, let's make it into a small little thing where I am going to bribe you positively, but I'm going to bribe you where I have a course called Laying the Foundation and I have a course called Masterclass for Visual Supports. Let's have 3 winners. So if you could send me your visual schedule, make it in the best possible way, color code it, use the pictures, have some text written, follow it with your child, your morning schedule, your afternoon schedule, your evening schedule. Show me, make it color coding. I don't know how, but be very creative. Send me pictures of those. Let me select 3, okay, on 31st December, and let me give you my course, Laying the Foundation and Masterclass for Visual Supports as a gift for the commitment, for the and you know what, those 2 courses are really going to change you, because you learn more techniques on how to help, but schedule using it, not just making it. Sometimes schedules are made, kept onto one side. Even our to-dos, I have to do this with my child, is made and kept onto one side. Actually implementing the schedule for your own self and for your child. Send me the pictures of your visual schedule to info at khushi, KHUSHI .net, NET .in for India. Send me those and let's select 3 people whose pictures really stand out. And let me give you that Laying the Foundation and Masterclass for Visual Supports as a gift. So are you ready? I would wait for those pictures and your schedule. Let's get going. Let's get your creative juices flowing and use it with your kids. Use it and see what changes for your child. Thank you. Before you go, I wanted to help you to help your child improve faster. Here are 4 things that you can do. 1, you can subscribe to my channel so that whatever tips, strategies, insights, whatever I share, they come to you as notifications into your inbox and you are updated on a weekly basis. 2, you can buy my book, Looking Beyond Labels, Becoming a Mindful Parent. It is available on Amazon. It's a guidebook. It will guide you on really how to help you to help your child better. 3, I've done a lot of master classes which are all available as recordings on my website, khushi.net.in/online -events. You will be able to refer to a lot of courses related to sleep, toilet and potty training, sensory diet, oral motor challenges, emotional wellness, and so many of those. And then number 4 would be, we can meet and I can guide you. We can meet weekly. I meet parents weekly for some of my courses, which you can find on khushi.net.in/events. And we can meet weekly. You get to ask me your questions. I share what to do, how to help, and it's all done in a group setup. It's an amazing deep dive trying to understand your child. And I'm sure it transforms your perspective. It transforms the way you work with your child. And these are the 4 things that I feel would really help you. Thank you.